Hello, this is Nick995. For this video, I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be ranking my PS4 games based on shortest to longest. So, how long have I played? A certain game. And guys, share the video, press that subscribe button down there. If you haven't, if you're new, please, subscribers, the extra views and subscribers are always help. So yeah, anyways. Shortest, so like I'm gonna ranking them shortest to longest. So it's based on how long I play the game. So campaign, story mode, exploration, the open world. Especially exploration can really add to a game, so it can really make a short game seem long. Or you can really play a short game and then add so much more like to that short game. And a multiplayer too, like that's another big one. That's another big one, you know. But number 30, now I'm going 30 down to 1. So 30, the shortest game I played is Titanfall 2. It's unfortunate because I really like Titanfall 2. But again, the story mode is only 4 hours. It's a quick story. Like a very fast story. Story mode, there's only like a few missions. 6, 7 missions, really. Each mission, like it seems longer. No, okay, like it's about each mission goes on, like there's like different sections like in the mission. I've played this on hard difficulty, like you're gonna be playing it longer because you're gonna be dying a lot, and this can be very difficult. But yeah, overall the campaign is very short. I wanted it to be longer. But I really liked it for what the mechanics, the shooting, the weapon variety, enemy variety, the like it's a little story that it was telling. On top of that, to the multiplayer, I bought this a year after it came out, but the multiplayer wasn't. Yeah, it didn't have a whole lot to it because nobody I was really playing the multiplayer because EA released this like in a bad time when there was tough competition in that fall of 2016, where you had Battlefield 1, you had Call of Duty coming out, and was it the follow game that came out that year? But yeah, anyway, so this game didn't really get a chance to shine. Next one I'm gonna be going through is Infamous Second Son. Again, like very quick, like a relatively short campaign, story mode, and it's a single player game. This one has exploration, and you have the karma system, so you can play the game. You can play the story on good and bad, so you can really go and see. Okay, I play the game like on when the character making bad decisions. Like I wanna see like how the game turns out differently and like the story. But yeah. Infamous Second Son. And this one, the combat system wasn't as impactful like as the other Infamous is, but yeah. Like 5-6 hour campaign, quick. Next one I want to be looking at is 2K18. I played 2K18. My team is not really, if it wasn't for my team, 2K18 like would be like low, like behind, right behind that Titanfall 2. But my team now, like this one, you could, obviously, like you guys know, like if you guys don't be a 2K, you know my team. You make your own team. You can, and then there's this new draft system. There is a new draft system in this one. But yeah, relatively though, I didn't. Aside from my team, I didn't really play this one that much. And there's expedition mode, but I didn't play this one, like a whole lot. Next one is gonna be Destroy All Humans 1 remake. Destroy All Humans 1 remake. No, I must be blind. I don't know. Oh, right here. My hand is on it. Oh yeah, Destroy All Humans 1 remake. Now 6, 7. Okay, looking at about 5 to 7 hours, 5 to 8. But quick. And again, it's based on an older game, so it didn't have a whole lot of there wasn't a whole lot to exploration like in the game. Aside from the missions, like you mostly doing the missions and getting the upgrades. But yeah, quick, like a relatively quick game. A very quick game. By the time you get to now, like it's gonna be I've played the replay, the remake, right? So this is basically, like I think they added certain levels to this one compared to the original. So they added like a few more levels and collectibles and upgrades, and skins. But yeah, a quick campaign, like a very fast campaign, you know. But yeah. Next one is gonna be Mortal Kombat X. I didn't like Mortal Kombat X, but the multiplayer, and I played this. I played 2-player with my brother a lot in the past, and um, X is very, like I'm not the biggest fan of the mechanics in X, and the fighting feels unbalanced. But on the multiplayer, again, like I played the multiplayer. I like to play as Raiden and Tremor and what's his name again? Takeda. Like I played online, which is why the online is what really made this game longer than the other last few games. Next one, now we're gonna be looking at Battlefield Hardline. And again, I remember like we're going shortest to longest. So as you go further like into the video, the games are gonna get longer. Like based on what I played, you know, or based on how much I played it. So Hardline now, Battlefield Hardline. The multiplayer is what really added that time to it. The multiplayer, you know, you're playing. I believe it's a 32 and 32. So a 32 versus 32 player, they can be, big scale multiplayers. It was a fun game, but still not as good like as other battlefields. It's cops and robbers. But I didn't play the campaign. I heard that it wasn't that good. So yeah, but yeah, again, like I didn't play a whole lot of this one. Battlefield Hardline. DMC5. 7 to 10 hours. 10 hours plus 3 different characters. So, but again, quick game. I wanted this one to be longer. Like I really like Devil May Cry 5. That's my favorite Devil May Cry game. But I wanted it to be longer. Really, 10-11 hours is what I played it. How much you played it, and then spoilers. Virgil comes back in this one. Then for a new update, you can play as Virgil. So you play as Virgil. Virgil is not like on this cover, but you play as him. So you can do the whole entire campaign over as him. So that's adding like another 8 hours or 7 hours to it, you know. And then obviously the characters, they have different play styles. Then you can see how this character fares off in this situation. So there's replayability to it, you know. But yeah, DMC5, you know, 11 to really 18 hours, you know. Yeah, but really like the campaign, the story mode is really 18. No, like 10 hours or so. But Bloody Palace mode really adds more. Like it really adds a lot more to this game. Bloody Palace being the arcade mode in the game. Next one, Avengers. Avengers, you're looking at about, I played this for like 12, 13 hours, you know. Hard mode, I played on hard mode, which is why it was long, because, this game can be difficult if you play it on hard. You're gonna die a lot, and then there's the revive mechanic as well, which actually helps. But what really made this game longer than the other ones is that you can, obviously there's 7 different Avengers, right? So you can see how Captain America fares off in this mission. You can replay missions with a different character. So there's a replayability. Iron Man, you can play a mission with Iron Man. And if you don't like how Iron Man plays, you can play as Hulk. Or if you don't like Hulk plays, you can play as Thor, so on and so on, you know? You can see how these different heroes fare, you know, their play styles, and like they have different play styles. Iron Man can fly and Thor can fly. Captain America, a heavy hitter. Hulk is a heavy hitter, you know. But yeah, 12 to like 14 hours, and plus you have side missions as well, you know. Next game now, we're on number 22 now. Nier Automata. I recently finished this game. 14 to 15, 16 hours. Exploration, there's lots of exploration which adds to it. And thank God they added, I didn't know that there was fast travel until like 4 hours into the game. So like if I didn't have fast travel, or if I didn't find out about it, like I would be playing this game longer. But like, you know, yeah, lots of exploration, upgrades, and lots of different like resources they can get in the world. Lots of resources, which really makes you wanna play the game longer, you know. But yeah, near Tamina. Then this is the Game of the Year edition. So yeah, there's I think there's more to it as well. So yeah, next one we're gonna look at now is NBA 2K15. I play this a lot because this is the introduction to the my team. My team where you can build your own team. You know get there different tiers of players. You know you have the bronze, silver, bronze being the lowest. You have bronze, silver, gold. Then you have the blue card, no, the blue, ruby, amethyst, and diamond. Then you have onyx card, which is like a black diamond. So yeah, the different tiers. But I played it, and then my team is what we really like. I played like 20 hours of my team alone, like in total. Like if I was, you know, it was very fun playing online and seeing how you know your team would face off against other people's teams like online. But yeah, next game is 2K17. 2Ks with two NBA 2Ks back to back. We're number 20 right now. 2K17, same thing. My team, exhibition mode, and online multiplayer. I played a lot. Like I must have played at least 25 hours of this. 26 hours. Long, like very long. Part now with this one now, like what really made it long is that I must have played like how many matches, online matches? 200, like at least 200 online matches in my team alone. So that's a lot of hours playing, you know. And then they have it like each match is like each quarter is 5 minutes. So like you had 5 minutes times 4 quarters. That's 20. So it's 20 minutes per match, you know. Or it's 6 minutes, you know. But yeah, I one of those. But yeah. Ratchet and Clank now 19. Oh, man, I love Ratchet and Clank. Now it's 19, the 19th longest. So I recently I replayed this, you know, and then so the campaign alone is like 8-9 hours, but on top of that too, there's challenges that you gotta go back. There's races. There's you know a whole heap of other things that you can do. But I played a lot of it though. Like I played a lot of it. There's New Game Plus as well, which adds like another 9 hours, and the hard mode too. Like they say it's hard mode, but it's not really hard, because you have lots of weapon variety. And like I really want, like I played it long because like I really wanted to get like all the weapons. I wanted to get the upgrades, and the upgrades they take a long time to get. So like you really gotta, and you're getting bolts, which is like currency. Bolts are currency, which you can use for upgrades. And the more plus the more you use a weapon, the more that weapon gets upgraded. So like so if you don't use a weapon, then that weapon won't get upgraded. So yeah. So yeah, same thing, like 25 hours or so. Next one we're gonna look at Watch Dogs. Like a long story mode. A long story mode. You really want to find out the conspiracy behind this. Is it DedSec, the rogue hacking company or something like that? Well, yeah, you really want to find out. And yeah, there's open world, so exploration, lots of cars and weapons. A relatively easy game, I would say, an easy game, which is why I wasn't longer, but still like. But the story dragged because Aiden Pierce here is kind of a boring character. His story is kind of boring, so it's kind of meh, Well, yeah, long. So same thing, 26, 27 hours, and there's lots to. There's online as well, online too as well. Where you can hack other players, and there's a leaderboard. There's arcade modes as well. So yeah, and then the hacking too, like the hacking section too. You can hack. There's things where you can hack street lights and cameras, security cameras, and all that, and you can approach a certain situation differently. So you can hack something else, and lots of stealth, which really slows the game down and makes it longer. So yeah, Watch Dogs. MK11, I play a lot of MK11 now. This is 17. MK11. I play a lot of online. Yeah, I play a lot of online and towers. Towers, man. I'm addicted to towers, you know. But towers hard. I play towers on hard. My favorite character being, Jax Kun Lao. Jax Kun Lao. Terminator Spawn. Spawn is a Terminator Spawn DLC character. So yeah, and it's a big roster too. You're looking at about a 30 fighters about with the DLC. So Joker, Terminator. So yeah, with the DLC, that's what really made me I play this game long. Like a lot of playtime. So yeah, practicing and the crypt where you can open up these chests and unlock skins and bonuses and gears and all that. And yeah, yeah, but even the gear system can really add to this game. Like it really makes the game longer, and adds more playtime to it. But multiplayer is the main. Multiplayer and towers is those are the main thing. And plus the campaign mode, the story mode. So yeah, looking at about 30 hours. And again, like it's based on how much I played. 16, Ron was in the top 15. 16 on Just Cause 3. What makes this game, the reason why this game isn't lower on the list is because, or no, there isn't less playtime because of the extra exploration. You liberate bases, and no, you're going around. There's collectibles. You're taking out military bases and blowing up things, and you want to liberate cities. So there's lots, and like this is a massive map again, like 600 square miles, something like that. So it's a massive map. So like the map itself, it's like its own country, in a way. Yeah, it's its own country. So it's huge. There's lots to explore. So we're looking at about 32 hours, And yeah, but aside from the camp, the story too. Story is relatively short. 10 missions, about 10, 11 missions, and they're quick, But yeah, day one edition, and plus DLC too as well. You got DLC, so that's added another 3, 4, 5 hours to it. We can play in this mech. The mech has telekinesis, and there's a challenge modes as well, and there's so many vehicles to explore and discover, and helicopters, jets. So yeah, like those all add to the playtime. Like it all adds up to 32 hours and 33 hours. So yeah. Uncharted 4, no, Uncharted 4. Campaign alone is probably 10 to 12 hours. But the multiplayer too, like I played a lot of the multiplayer. Multiplayer is not bad. But yeah, it's if you play like on the hard difficulty, so you can play the campaign normal, then hard, then both, like add to 24 hours, and plus a multiplayer like to 34, 35 hours, But yeah, man, I had a blast with the action adventure, cutscenes. It's amazing, like it's amazing. It's like watching James Bond, or what do you call it again? Fast and Furious movie, but there's lots of high action pack. There's so many action pack moments in this. Cutscene, and again, it's a story oriented game. It's very cutscene heavy. Well, not cutscene heavy, but there's lots of story. It revolves around the story too. So it's very, yeah, 35, 36 hours. Ghost of Tsushima, long game. Very long game. Really long. Act 1. Act 1 is like 5 hours. Then you have Act 2, which is another 10 hours. Then you have Act 3, which is another 10 hours. So depending, like I play it like on hard, right? So like I die a lot, I have to redo. But I played like so I lower it to normal, which really made it shorter, because I wasn't dying as much. But the exploration too, there's so much exploration. There's lots to see. It's it's a massive world. It's a huge world. Similar to, it reminds you a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. It reminds you a lot of it. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, 37, 38 hours, almost 40 hours really. And there's collectibles and skins and armor sets and gears, upgrades. So many things that you want to go in the world to collect and see, you know. So yeah, that's number 13 on Star Wars. Next one is gonna be Star Wars Fallen Order. Now it was hard. Like Star Wars Fallen Order. Now again, you're gonna die a lot. You know, like you're gonna die a lot. And if you don't know, there's platforming, there's fighting, third person action adventure. You're gonna die, and some of the enemies they're kind of hard to adapt to. You know, they're kind of hard to adapt to. So you're gonna die, which is gonna lead to longer playtime. You're gonna have to redo areas. It's a nice story. It's a very good story. There's arcade mode at the end where you can add more. The arcade mode makes it so you can fight like any specific enemy like in the arena over and over again. So you can fight an enemy, practice against that enemy. But you have to hard defeat the game. And I think there's New Game Plus as well. I think there's New Game Plus. I played through the campaign like 3 times, so that's like 30 hours right there. And the exploration too, there, like the added exploration. This would be good like with a multiplayer. This would be very good with a multiplayer if it had a multiplayer. But yeah, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Next one we're looking at now is Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn. Same thing like Just Cause, same idea, like massive open world, huge open world, lots to see, lots to collect. So you could have about 40 hours plus. Plus you have the DLC which adds another 3 hours to it. Huge, massive world, and you get the campfires which you gotta activate to activate save points. But yeah, you really, and there's lots of again, like I talk a lot about this. There's there's the mechs, the giant mechs. But the mechs are based on animals, real life animals, you know, or prehistoric animals. So you want to go around, you're wanting to, once you kill a certain mech, type of mech, then you discover it, and then you get that in your, kind of like a bestiary journal, you know, bestiary. For those of you like to play The Witcher 3, like you'll know that. But yeah, you get to discover their weaknesses, strengths. You get to even hack them too, like hack into them, and then. But then there's which really adds to it too is there's like these underground caves, right? The caves, they have like the factories. So the factories, they make the mix, you know. They're able to make a murder mix. So like you are going the core like of some of these factories, and then you can unlock it, and then like you have to defeat a certain boss. Then you have to get the gives you the ability to hack more of the mechs, you know. But yeah, I played like 45 hours plus, you know. And I played through it like 3 times, which really added up to that 45 hours. Lots of bullshit. There's so much to it. There's a lot to it, and still the stealth section too slows it down, makes it longer. It's a difficult game, so you can't run and gun or, you know. But yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn. Mass Effect 4. I really should have Horizon over this. It should be like the other way around, but yeah, lots of exploration in this. Lots of exploration, lots of planets to see. Andromeda is not a bad game. Just that there's lack of mission variety. There's things missing in it, you know. But lots of, you're going to. I believe there's 11 to 14 different planets that they can go to. So there's lots of planets, and it's in the future. So yeah, and exploration. Each planet has its own exploration. Some planets more than others. Some are have more enemy variety. And lots of resources as well. There's resources like there's ore, copper, and there's food resources as well that you gotta go to different planets and collect, which really added to the playtime in it. And then plus you have the campaign, this is one on multiplayer? I can't remember, but yeah. You have the campaign, which again, like, adds a lot to the playtime of it, you know. But yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. No, I know we're in the top 10. Okay, That was number 10, number in the top 10 like longest games that I played. Quick, I wanna get through this quick. Battlefield 1, I played a whole lot of the multiplayer. Countless multiplayer. I must have played at least 200 different multiplayer matches. Why I didn't have it longer? Because there's problems with the server. EA can't get their servers right at times, so it's gonna slow down. That's the reason why I didn't have more playtime in it. So there's times when I want to play the game but I can't because the servers won't let you play online. Well, yeah, and then plus there's a campaign, this war stories, to like a documentary of. I think EA made it up, or no, they made up certain characters in it, but it's based on real world events or locations that happen in World War One. But yeah, but multiplayer is what really, the multiplayer is. And it's a difficult game too as well. Like the multiplayer is not easy. You're playing semi-automatic games, and there's lots of pros online that will kill you. They'll embarrass you. There's lots of game modes. There's conquest. Rush is back, I believe. Yeah, Rush is back with the demolition, and pigeons mode and all that. But yeah, it's unfortunate now. Like the same thing, like similar to Titanfall 2 should have really got the multiplayer, the player base this one had. If so, then Titanfall 2 would be like all the way up here, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate with this they can't get their servers right sometimes, so the servers will shut down. But man, I played a lot of multiplayer, a lot. That's number 9. Now number 8 is Crash Bandicoot. Reason why I put Crash Bandicoot so high now, and I'm putting all 3 games. So this is not just one game, but it's 3 games. It was the first 3 games in one, but they're remade. The reason why I put it high because I played endless countless hours of this, and then like with Crash is very hard, so you're dying a lot. You're gonna die a lot. You're doing platforming. You're gonna jump. You're gonna be dying a lot, but you're gonna be redoing. You're gonna be retrying levels and checkpoints over and over and over again, which really adds to more playtime, and it's very addicting. It's very addicting. Like you wanna go back, and then each level there's these boxes, so you wanna get all the boxes to get a certain bonus at the end. The bonuses though they add, like they basically add to the completion. So like your first time doing a level, you don't have to worry about like all the boxes, but you can go back and collect like all the boxes. Then there's the other one. There's the time trial, which basically sees how fast you can do every level. Crash Bandicoot 1 is what really made it long, because that's the hardest like out of the first 3. 2 is easier, then 3 is the easiest. But 1 is, my God, that's a real challenge. It's so long, and it's tough, so you're gonna be dying a lot. There's lots of loopholes, like in the platforming here. But I highly recommend this game. Yeah, that's number 8. Batman Arkham Knight now. Open world, not a like open world game. You guys know the Arkham series, right? Exploration, side missions too. The side missions what really made it long, I played countless amount of side missions, and I replayed it 4 times. I replayed the campaign 4 times, which really made it long, So it was like 50 hours plus, 54 hours, and it's one of the biggest games. No, it's one of the. It takes up a lot of space, like 70 something gigabytes of memory space, like on your console alone. So it's it takes up a lot of space. So yeah, I must have played through the campaign 4 or 5 times, or story mode, and yeah, it's the conclusion to the Arkham series. But yeah, lots of side missions and upgrades. It's a big upgrade system, Yeah, so 50 plus 55 plus hours long. Next one now is God of War 4. I played God of War again 4 to 5 times, and with the exploration, this is like an underrated open world game. But it's underrated, like if you look at it like an open world game, But you're mostly gonna look at this as an action adventure, story oriented, but it's really open world. You go to different realms and all that. And there's lots to collect, lots to see. The campaign is fun. You can't wait to see more of the campaign. It's addicting. So you want to replay the campaign again and again and again. And every time I play the campaign, you actually miss something. So you say, oh, I didn't know this was it. Oh, I didn't know he said that. Oh, and then there's lore. lore. Sorry, LORE. So it's kind of the lore, kind of gives you like a backstory, like of the world, you know, and so yeah, there's the backstory, lots of backstory behind Kratos and this new Norse world that you want to do. So replay, it's like 55 plus hours, 56 plus hours. So I replayed like 5, 6 times, 5, 6, 7 times. My God, masterpiece, a total masterpiece. Metal Gear Solid 5 now. Whoa. I replayed this like 3 to 4 times. Stealth, lots of stealth, which makes it long. Like lots of stealth. Looking at so around the same time amount of time. Same amount of playtime as God of War, but yeah, lots of stealth, which really makes it longer. And you can replay a mission this to, do you want to run and gun, or do you want to, you can deploy tanks and go into tanks, or do you want to call in helicopter, air support, and all that, So you can replay a mission, reapproach it in a certain way, and then see how it would, like it would turn out. So 55, 60 plus hours. And that's including like all the replays and multiplayer as well. There's multiplayer, which really adds to it as well. There's multiplayer. The multiplayer is not the best, but it's decent. It's decent. It's smaller scale multiplayer, so there isn't a whole lot of players per match, but a limit for players isn't as big as like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield. But yeah, lots of philosophical meanings behind the story too, and main idea and messages and all that, But yeah, 60 plus hours. GTA 5 now, I can't tell you how many times I replayed GTA 5, like 7, 8 times. Plus you have the multiplayer, which is like its own. I'm not the biggest fan of multiplayer, but again, like Metal Gear Solid, that's decent. It's decent. That's there for extra, Man, I must have played. My God, I must have played. Put like 65 plus hours into this with all the, including all the times I've replayed it, and there's lots to see. There's the trophy where you gotta discover all of Los Santos, which is a massive map, like Just Cause. Like aside from Just Cause, like GTA 5 and Red Dead, they have the huge. Those games have the biggest maps, like the massive maps, huge. Well, yeah, Los Santos, so lots to discover, lots to see, lots of vehicles and planes, helicopters, and weapons. Yeah, 65 plus hours, and now the multiplayer too is its own thing. Where you can buy your own garage, even though it's stingy. It's stingy in that the things can be very expensive online. But yeah, you can buy your own garage and basically, like you're living like your own life, and you go around. There's challenges. This has own arcade mode. There's races. You can race players online. There's shootouts, death matches, and all that. So yeah, GTA 5 now, top 3. I made a mistake. Dragon Age should be 5. Forgive me. Dragon Age should be 5 behind Metal Gear. So really, Metal Gear Solid 5 is number 3, but this is. Yeah, but anyways, that's still a long game. So this one to long game, very long game. 60 again, 60 plus hours, 55 plus hours in the game. Lots of enemy variety, lots of areas to see, explore. Similar to Mass Effect, it's made by EA as well. It's made by EA. So similar to Mass Effect, lots of areas to see, lands, and lots of lore and backstory behind the area, and these demons are coming out of nowhere, these ghosts and all that. And yeah, and you're playing, there's a replayability, so you can play as I believe, a swordman, a mage, what do you call him again? Rogue, which is kind of like, rogue is like a stealth, someone that does stealth and uses a crossbow or something like that. I can't remember the different classes. And then there's the brute, which is the big guy, like with the axe. So you can play the campaign each time, or story mode each time, playing it through a different play style, which really adds to all those hours, and lots of collectibles, lots to see. Multiplayer as well, yeah, the multiplayer as well, and yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda, which should really be number 5. I mixed it up. So yeah, number 2, top 2 now. Red Dead 2 is number 2. It's a long, very long game, immersive as hell. Once I played this, it's like I want to see more of the story. I want to see more of the story, and I replayed it I replayed it like 3, 4 times. Like I'm actually playing it now. I'm on my 4th playthrough of it, or 5th playthrough. The story are more like the amount of cutscenes. The cutscenes alone adds up to 12 hours. So it's like a 12-hour movie. So the cutscenes alone, 9 to 12 hours. So it's like, imagine that, like a 9-hour movie. And the amount of gameplay, the amount of areas that you see, the amount of characters that you can meet, the amount of, like a replay, and there's decisions as well that you can make. You can be good, bad, a good guy, bad guy, mechanic, and there's morals, and and there's so much motivation. There's so much behind the characters. The characters have so many layers behind them. So you replay the game, and you will, similar to which one I mentioned it again? Was it which one was it again? Where I mentioned it, or is it God of War 4? Where I said it talks about the lore. So there's lore behind the characters as well. Where so you replay the story, and then like you will see scenes, or you will catch dialogue that you never heard before, and then like it really adds that feeling to it, adds that feeling of, my God, man, how did I miss this the first time? And it's gonna start out very slow. It starts out very, very, very slow. The game starts out very slow, which again lengthens out the playtime. And each chapter, there's 6 chapters, the 7 including the epilogue. Like chapters, minus chapter 1, each chapter is long, like 10 missions per chapter, 10, 11 missions, and the missions can be long. You're on your horse a lot. You're, like I didn't know there was fast travel. Again, me not knowing about fast travel is what made it longer too, because you have to go from point A to point B a lot. There's lots of traveling like on horseback, and it's a massive world, like GTA, massive world. Rockstar knows how to make an open world, like massive, like they really know, and immersive, And plus it's online too. Online, I didn't play this. I didn't really play online more than a couple, 2, 3 hours. But the campaign is where it's at. Like that's what makes it so special and long. It's long. So we're looking at 70+ hours, 70 to 80 hours playing it. Next game, last game. This is number 1, Witcher 3. Woo! I must have replayed this 3 times. Now the cutscenes, no, not really cutscenes, but the dialogue moments where, I talk a lot about the dialogue, but the dialogue you make, certain choices like in the dialogue, Witcher 3, Geralt of Rivia. Now we're looking, there's lots of lore behind. So this is the 3rd game. So there's still Witcher 1, Witchers 1 and 2, which add more to this, which would add more backstory to this. Well, Witcher 3, what makes it so long is that, like Skyrim, there's endless amount of side missions, endless amount of people to meet, endless amount of dialogue choices. And then you're watching a movie mixed in like with playing like a game like Skyrim, where you're like, whoa, I can't wait to play more. So you're going to be in a long time, man. And this game can be hard at times. Yeah, it can be hard, like when you're fighting a troll. There's so many enemy varieties. There's trolls, there's werewolves, there's night wraiths, which is like night ghosts. And you get to approach it. With each boss, there's so many different bosses. There's so many bosses within the world. There's I came across at least, not including story bosses, 40 different bosses, or 30 throughout the world itself, the open world itself. Just by exploring alone, you come across all these different bosses and griffins. You got night wraiths, werewolves, ghosts, vampires, and all that. Like all those like supernatural, mutated creatures and all that. So yeah, that really adds to the length of it, And there's countless more upgrades as well. There's lots of people to meet, but I can go on and on and on about this. So alone, like that's 80 hours plus, 80 hours plus I put in this game, and replaying the game too. Again, you miss a certain dialogue and options. You want to see how would this, how the story played out if I choose this specific dialogue option in this moment, which like there's certain fixed points in the game where the dialogue option you choose will have a big impact like on the rest of the story. So yeah, you get to replay, get to load back to profiles, go back to save points, and then see how that would play out. But yeah, those are all it. That's my number one. So 80 plus hours. So yeah, long playtime again. Exploration really helps. Multiplayer really helps. Exploration especially, and side missions too, which is what I forgot to mention. Side missions too is what really can really make a short game seem like long, like huge, And side missions done right, because when side missions are done right, you're gonna want to play that game, and the more are you gonna want to play it, But anyways, that's it for the video. Again, press that subscribe button down there. Shortest to longest games with playtime. The most amount of playtime. But thank you guys.